Welcome back to your mat. I'm glad you're here. Today's class is going to be a gentle, strength-focused flow. We're going to be moving slowly and intentionally through the series of poses so that we can build stability, improve mobility, and just help you feel a little more connected to your body. You don't need any props for today's class, but as usual, you're welcome to use whatever props feel right for you or feel supportive for your practice today. When you're ready, let's get started laying on our bellies on our mat. So as you make your way down to your belly, stack your hands on top of each other to create a little pillow for your forehead to rest on. And then just take a few breaths right here. Feel free to make any adjustments that you need to. And just try to soften. And then start to bend your knees and let your legs sway left and right. And lengthen your legs behind you. Slide your hands down underneath your armpits. Baby Cobra. As you inhale, start to lift your heart, press down into your hands, and slightly pull back on the hands so the heart nudges forward. And then lower yourself back down. A couple more like that. Baby Cobra. Breathe in as you nudge heart forward. Breathe out as you lower back to the mat. One more. Pause here in your baby cobra. Press the hands down and try to slide them back. They're not going to slide very much. They'll meet the resistance or the friction on the mat, but we're still nudging heart forward. Hold it here and then see if you can float the hands over the ground, but keep everything else exactly where it is. Now notice if your feet want to pop up or float up from the floor, can you press the tops of your feet down into your mat? Keep nudging heart forward, breathing here. One more breath. And lower yourself all the way back to the ground, forehead to the mat. One more cobra pose. Inhale. This time a little more than baby cobra. So lift the heart just a little more, press into the hands. We're not going to float the hands up. Bend your right knee and start to reach your right toes over to the left. Try to tap the floor anywhere. And then return to your cobra. Bend your left knee. And the same thing to the other side. Reach with the toes. And then return to cobra. And then back and forth, side to side. See how far away you can reach with the toes. Passing through cobra each time. The next time you're at the belly, stay there. Lower all the way down. Reach your arms back alongside body. Prepare for locust pose. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, lengthen from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Even fingers actively reach here, stretching back. Think about drawing your shoulder blades toward each other and then slide them down the spine. Keep reaching and lengthening. Last 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Tabletop position. Press yourself back. Finding tabletop. Wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Shift a little side to side and a little forward and back. Go ahead and activate your hands by spreading the fingers and pressing the finger pads down. So like you're gripping the floor like it's a large jar, or the lid of a large jar rather. And then start to turn this into cat and cow. Inhaling into cow, heart nudges forward, and then exhale round into cat. Keep moving with your breath. In the early part of class is always just an exploration to see how we feel, what our starting point is. One more. Then downward facing dog. Tuck your toes. Pike your hips up high. Continue the exploration by bending into one knee at a time. So you're pedaling the feet or walking the dog. Then pause in downward facing dog. Lift both heels up high as you breathe in. And then reach the heels toward the floor as you breathe out. It's okay if they don't touch the floor. Two more like that. Breathe in, lift your heels. Breathe out and lower the heels. One more. Breathe out. Inhale, lift your heels, ripple forward, high plank. Soften your knees to the floor. Pause here in a knees down plank, untuck your toes. Shift forward a little bit, and then start to bend your elbows back just about 25%. So we're not lowering very much, just the very top end of our chaturanga shape. Pausing here, keep gripping the floor with the hands, and then see if you can lower just a little bit more while keeping the hips from meeting the floor. Take another breath. Lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, lower down. Adding on, inhale into cobra. Bend your right knee. This time we're going to reach the toes over to touch the ground and keep them there as you push yourself up to a seat. Breathe in as you reach the arms up high, sitting to face the back of your mat. And as you breathe out, take a twist to the right. Pause here in your twist. Inhale to lengthen the spine, and then exhale to explore the twist a little more. One more in, one more out. Stay here. Then start to unwind. Plant your left hand to the ground beside you. Reach your right arm high. Make a fist in the right hand. Roll the wrist. Both directions. And then reach your right fingers in the direction of your left pinky toe. Inhale to lift the right arm back up. Press into your left hand and your feet. Start to lift your hips from the floor. It doesn't have to be high. We're going to try a couple more times. Sit down. Reach right hand toward left pinky toe. Inhale to lift the hips. Starting of our wild thing. Lower back down. Reach toward pinky toe. Lift the hips. Really open up the front body. Let your eyeballs look for your right hand. Grip the floor with the left hand, just like when we were in plank or tabletop. Then high plank. Shift a little forward and back. Active hands. Shift forward and stay. Lower your left knee to the ground. Let your right foot float up off the ground and bend the right knee. We're going to make circles around the right hip socket. Just big exploratory circles, 2 or 3 in one direction and then reverse direction. Then reach your right leg straight back in space. Dial the toes down. And so we've got the hips squared off here, both hip points pointing down toward the ground like headlights. Grip the floor with your hands, shift forward, bend your elbows that 25%, just barely. Hold it right there. If you're feeling strong, you can bend a little deeper. Keep holding, reaching through the foot and the top of the head. So we've got the back line of the body turned on here. One more moment. And then straighten your arms. Draw your knee towards your nose. Pause and hold as you round through the spine. Then reach your right leg straight back in space. Stay here in half spinal balance or reach your left arm forward. Make any adjustments you need to for balance. And then focus on firming down through our foundational elements. Right hand, can you grip it a little bit more? Left knee and shin, can you press them down into the mat? And then lengthen through the left fingers and the right toes. One more breath. You can choose to stay here or bend your right knee behind you. Circle the left arm back to catch the ankle or foot. Once you've caught that, if you catch it, kick foot into hand, using the strength of the right leg to help open up the left chest. Gently release, downward facing dog. Plant your hands, plant your feet at the back of your mat, pedal your feet. And heel toe the feet apart, just about as wide as your mat. Walk your hands towards your feet. Malasana yogi squat. Toes turned out in the same direction as your knees are pointing. Heels slightly in. Bring the hands to the heart and then shift a little side to side. You can lift one heel at a time. Or maybe both heels don't like to land on the ground here. You could stay lifted. And bring your fingers toward the ground. Lift your hips and start to walk your hands to the right. Swivel on your feet until you have to have a seat here. Bend your knees and sit down. The right knee is stacked on top of left knee. If this doesn't feel good for the bottom leg, you can always lengthen it out in front of you or make any other changes that feel right in your body. Whatever you choose, sit up tall and then reach both arms up. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lean to the right. Place the right hand to the ground for support and anchor and root through your left sits bone as you reach the left fingers away. So we're trying to create more space along the left side body. Maybe think about breathing into the space between the ribs on the left side. Then upright your torso, switch sides, reach the left hand down and the right arm over. This time rooting down through the right sits bone and directing your breath toward the right ribs. Upright the torso, come back to center. Bring your hands over to the left as we unwind, returning to our forward fold. And then heel toe the feet together. Chair pose. Make adjustments in the feet as you need for chair. The traditional stance, at least through Iyengar yoga, is big toes touching and a little space between the heels, like an inch or two between the heels. However, that does not necessarily feel good in every body. So figure out what foot position you need to feel right in your body. Keep reaching the hips back. Press evenly into your feet. Last breath. And then forward fold. Walk your hands away from you slightly. Lift your heels and bend your knees. Lower your knees all the way to the ground. Stand up on your shins. You can untuck your toes. Preparing for camel pose. Place the hands at the low back. Gently squeeze the elbows together and start to puff up the heart. So imagine you had a little string attached to this U shape at the top of the sternum, and it's pulling your chest up toward the ceiling. Keep pulling chest toward the ceiling. Start to squeeze your glutes and press your hips forward. And upright your torso. Bring your hands to your heart. We're going to step the right foot forward. So we end up in this low lunge with the left knee underneath the left hip. From this position, tuck your back toes, your left toes, and I want you to hover your left knee just over the ground. So bring the hands to the heart, press into the left toes and the right foot, hover the left knee over the ground, pause. Now, holding this hover, imagine you could slide your feet away from each other. So push them down into the mat and then away from each other. They're not going to move. Don't pick them up and step them farther away, but push down and push away so you've got this turning on of all the muscles. Reach your arms up when you're ready, and then bend the elbows and catch the opposite elbows. Inhale to sit a little or stand a little taller here. And as you exhale, lean to the right. Keep firming through the legs, pressing into the feet. Inhale back to the center. Reach the arms up high, and as you exhale, twist to the right, open up your arms. Keep holding. Then lower your left knee to the ground, untuck your left toes, float your left hand down as well. So now we find this low, simple twist. Lean the right shoulder back, open up through the chest. And then look down at your left hand, swivel your left shin behind you, and walk your right foot toward the back of the mat for supported side plank. You can stay here or let the right foot float up. Maybe you bend the knee and reach the right hand back to catch the ankle or foot. Last breath. High plank. Shift forward. Soften your knees to the ground. Bend your elbows back, maybe halfway this time. Pause and hold there. So we're finding a place to pause in chaturanga where we can still maintain the position and not collapse. Keep pressing down into the hands and slightly pulling them back, nudging the top of your head forward. Last 3 and 2. Lower all the way to your belly. Reach your arms back, locust pose, forehead to the mat. Take an inhale, lengthen on your exhale. Once again, inviting the whole back line of the body to turn on. Reach actively through your toes, fingers, top of the head. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Then float down. Bring your right cheek to the floor and bend your knees, sway your shins left and right. And relax the legs behind you. Slide the hands underneath your armpits, cobra pose, breathe in. Stay here in your cobra, bend your left knee. We're going to cobra roll, bringing the left toes over to the right. Let them land. Sit up, reach the arms up, breathe in. Twist left, breathe out. And so we stay for 2 breaths. Inhaling to find length down the spine. Exhaling to explore the twist. 1 more in. 1 more out. And counter twist. Bring the right hand down and the left arm high. Make a fist in your left hand, roll the wrist. Both directions. And then reach your left pinky finger toward your right pinky toe. And on an inhale, reach the left arm up high and start to lift into your wild thing. So just incrementally, lower back down, reach toward the right pinky toe. And then toward your wild thing, maybe a little higher each time. Toward pinky toe last time. Toward wild thing, pause here. Really open up through your chest. Look for your left hand or your left fingers. High plank. Grip the floor. Shift forward and back. Then soften your right knee to the ground. Let your left toes start to float up. Bend your left knee and make those circles around the left hip socket. And just notice as we make these circles in both directions, how this side feels compared to the first side. Often we have one hip that's a little noisier, maybe a little louder or crackly or poppy. And then reach your left leg straight back. Pause here. Grip the floor with your hands. Shift forward. Start to bend your elbows back. Pause about a quarter of the way, maybe close to halfway, but we're really challenging our strength right here. Press down into the hands and slightly draw them back. You might start to shake. Keep active reaching through your left toes. So we're wholly active with the legs. Both legs working. 1 more breath. Then straighten your arms. Draw your left knee toward your face. Keep rounding up through the spine. Push the ground away. Then reach left leg straight back in space. You can stay here or reach the right arm forward. So first things first, we think about the foundation here. Left hand, make sure you're gripping the floor. And then right shin and knee, maybe top of the foot pressing down. And then an active reach through left toes and right fingers. Another breath. You can stay or bend your left knee. Sweep the right hand back to catch left ankle or foot. If you catch it, kick foot into hand. Gently release. Downward facing dog. You can pedal the feet, or you can find stillness. Then heel toe your feet apart, about as wide as your mat. Start to walk your hands back toward your feet, Malasana yogi squat. Turn the toes out in the same direction the knees are pointing. Bring the hands toward the heart. And just pause here. Think about lifting the arches of the feet, the big arches on the inside of the feet. One more breath. And bring your fingertips to the ground. Lift your hips slightly. Crawl your hands to the left. Swivel on your feet until you can have a seat, stacking left knee on top of right. Make adjustments. If you need to stretch the bottom leg out here, do so. And then reach your arms up high. Breathe in. As you breathe out, reach the left hand toward the ground. Root down through your right sits bone as you reach your right fingers over. Once again, breathing into right rib cage. And then can you lean the right shoulder back a little bit more so you can invite left rib cage forward. Upright the torso, switch sides. Reach the right hand down. Root down through your left sits bone and reach through the left fingers. And then see if there's space to lean the left shoulder back and invite the right rib cage forward. And then upright your torso. Bring your hands over to the right as we unwind the legs. Forward fold, face the front of your mat. Chair pose, bend your knees, sweep your arms up. Feel into your feet. And then bring your hands to your heart. Lift just your right heel from the floor. And then lower it down. Lift just your left heel. And lower it down. Couple more. Side to side. And then a change. Try to lift both heels. And then lower yourself down, hips toward heels, finding a toe stand squat. So we're just on the toes, the balls of the feet. And then bring your fingertips to the ground, lower your knees down, untuck your toes, rise up to stand on your shins for camel pose. Hands at the low back. Draw your shoulders down and squeeze your elbows toward each other here. Imagine again that string at the top of the sternum pulling your chest up toward the ceiling. And start to squeeze your glutes, press your hips forward. If you'd like, we've got a few more breaths right here. You can crawl the hands down farther, maybe reaching for the heels. But keep actively lifting the chest. If you walk the hands down farther, return the hands to low back one at a time. Upright the torso, bring the hands to the heart, and we're going to step the left foot forward, finding ourselves in this 90-degree setup for our high lunge. Tuck your back toes underneath, bring your hands to your heart, and hover your back knee. Hold it right here. Press into your feet. And like you could rip your mat in two, push down and then slightly try to push the feet away from each other. Reach your arms up. Catch opposite elbows. Take an inhale as you lengthen up. And as you exhale, lean to the left. Keep hovering right knee. Upright the torso, reach the arms up, breathe in. As you breathe out, twist to the left. Stay in the legs. Lower the right knee down and then float the right hand down to the ground. So we're in a low, simple twist. Untuck your right toes and lean your left shoulder back. Then look down towards your right hand. Swivel your right shin behind you as we move to supported side plank. Reach the left foot toward the bottom of your mat. You can stay there or float the left foot off the ground. Or bend the knee. Reach back to catch the ankle or foot with left hand. Gently start to release whatever you have going on. High plank. Shift forward. Option to lower back to your knees or keep knees lifted. Bend the elbows back just 25%. Pause and hold. Grip the floor. And then can you lower just a little bit more? And a little bit more. Then lower all the way to your belly. Wide cobra. Reach your hands outside of your mat. Tent up the hands so you're just on fingertips. And then breathe in as you drag the heart forward. Breathe out, lower down. Two more like that. Breathe in, heart lifts. Pull slightly back on fingers. Breathe out, lower down. Last one. Release. Bring your left cheek to the floor. Lay your arms down wherever they feel comfortable. And bend your knees. Let your shins sway left and right. And relax the legs behind you. From here, we're going to roll over onto our back body. So take your time and just turn yourself face up on your mat. Plant both feet to the floor and draw your right knee into the chest. Interlace your fingers around the right shin and roll out the ankle. Then place the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Right hand to the inner right thigh to help push and open the right hip up. And release that. Draw both knees up towards you, but keep the right leg crossed over the left. Separate the feet away from each other so you can reach and catch opposite feet. So we've got right hand on the left foot and left hand on the right foot. So it's a reclining cow face pose, Gomukhasana. We did a similar shape earlier, seated toward the back of our mat. And then release, unwind the legs, plant the right foot to the ground, and draw the left knee toward your chest. Interlace your fingers around left shin and roll the ankle. Then cross left ankle over the right thigh. Use your left hand to gently press the inner left thigh away. And it's this rolling open, this external rotation that we're looking for here. And release the left hand, cross left leg over right, and then reach for the opposite feet once again. And so your hands are actively pulling the feet toward the ground. At the same time, let the pinky toe sides of your feet press up into the hands. And then unwind the legs. Plant the feet to the ground and heel toe the feet apart about as wide as your mat. And let one knee at a time fall in toward the middle. And then upright it and let the other leg fall in. A few times back and forth. And then let both legs fall in. And maybe they meet and they touch, or maybe there's still some space between them. Just adjust yourself so that you can sit comfortably in this position. Place one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Just observe your breath, the rise and fall of your chest and abdomen. And then start to heel toe the feet toward each other. Draw both knees in toward the chest. Maybe place your hands on the knees and rock a little side to side to massage the back. You could even make circles with the legs. And then when you're ready, roll to your right side and press yourself up to a seat. Find any comfortable seat to conclude our practice. Just sit tall. Let the hands rest in the lap. We'll take 3 breaths in conclusion. First, we exhale the air from the lungs. Then breathe in through your nose. Open your mouth. 2 more like that. Last one. Then close your mouth. Let your chin fall to the chest. Roll your head to the left. Chin to the chest. Roll to the right. Chin to the chest. Lift your chin up toward the ceiling. And then bring your head back to neutral. Blink your eyes open. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you feel more energized and capable and ready for the rest of your day, no matter what time of the day it is. I will see you next time.